this old frame, this old picture that I bought at Goodwill forever ago. It was stuck in the back there in that disaster. And it is a Kirkland's picture, and I paid $4.04 for it a bazillion years ago. So it's really not that attractive, kind of icky. So I thought we are going to make some magic with this frame. So I thought I would pop on here and give you guys a short live on how to deconstruct this piece of art. And we'll do a little prep work for what we're going to do tomorrow on this frame. Okay, so I'm going to just point you down and so you can see what we're doing. I know, surprise! I'm going to point, I didn't even send out a notice because, you know, it's like we're going to prep. I want to show you what we're doing. I'm trying to get this iPad where I can see it. So I want to show you what we're doing to prep, and then tomorrow we'll do the art. I'm kind of toying between two different things, but we'll just have to wait and see how I feel tomorrow, right? So I'm going to point down and I'm going to show you start to finish how I prep an old piece of art that I get from the store to make something new and beautiful out of it. Let's go down here. Alrighty, so here is what we got. I'm trying to get my camera straight so I can see you guys. Alright, hey Miss Rima, how are you, love? So, can you guys see this? Is it blurry for some reason? Does it seem blurry or is it just me? Do I need to be still? It's the camera is trying to focus in and out and in and out. I'm totally getting a new phone today. I was videoing some things for the Shattered Circle today, and my phone died in 15 flat minutes after being on 100% charge. So anyway, here's what we're going to do first. What I'm going to do first is I need to know where this glass, where it ends inside the frame. So I'm going to take, because once we do the piece, we don't want to have our art past this edge of the glass. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a marker and I'm going to go all the way around the edge of this glass so I know that is as far as I can go, and you'll be able to tell when I pull this glass out what I'm talking about. So now we're just going to deconstruct. I'm actually going to leave this big old alligator hanger on here. So we're just going to pull all the crap off of it. And I'm going to try to leave that there so I don't have to add another hanger. We may have to remove it. I don't know yet. Yeah, we're probably going to have to because it's on this cardboard. See that? So we're just going to take all the crap off the back. All the icky, so we can get our frame out. We really don't have to take off these pieces, but it's not very pretty, so we're going to take it off anyway because it's kind of icky. So let me see if I can pull all this off. I'm just throwing it on the floor. That's fuzzy looking. Hey, Trisha Hayes, Wyatt. You're still Trisha Hayes to me. Hey, Mitzi. Hey, Patsy. Yeah, Rima, I didn't send out a notification. It was kind of a last minute. Before I go home, I want to do this. And, you know, I feel like sometimes I bug people to death. So I just thought I'd come on here for a quickie and just surprise everybody. We are going to do a live tomorrow. I will send out notifications because we are going to make a fabulous piece of beachy art out of this. So right now, all I'm doing is deconstructing, taking off the backing. Hey, Mary. Taking off the backing of this old picture that we got from Goodwill. I am going to have to take off. I am going to have to take this clip off. Let me see if I can do it. I don't really have the right tool. But we're going to try so I don't have to walk away. So I love these great big alligator clips when they have screws. Most of them just have those nails that you can barely even put in your fingers. So when they have the screws, I like them for lightweight art pieces. You don't want to use one of these things on something heavy. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove this alligator hanger. Did you know that's what this was called, was an alligator hanger? Thank you for sprinkling, love, Mary. I love it when you sprinkle. So, patient, Cindy. Be patient. So I'm going to set that aside and we'll reuse that. So we're just going to get all this crap off. I know, I'm not ready either. I didn't lay out in the sun or go to the beach or anything fun like that. Not ready. I am ready for it not to be 1,000 degrees. So now I'm just going to use a little tiny flathead screwdriver and see if I can pry these staples out. Hey, Pamela, because nobody wants all them staples on the back. And I also have some little pliers to help myself get them out. I'm not going to throw those on the ground. I'll be stepping on that. So guys, notice how wonderful my manicure is. You see how pretty? The picking has already started. So these are those gel nails, and I've already started picking at them and like peeling them off. So I knew they wouldn't last long, but they have lasted an entire week. So I think this is, gosh, I don't know, Louise, but I'll get a measuring tape in a minute and check. I don't think there was anything on the back that said, but let's look. It says 12 by 12, but that would be the picture. This is 12 by 12. This is bigger. So I'm thinking 13, 14 inches maybe, but we'll measure. But this center is 12 by 12, but not the outside, because I am smart enough to know what 12 by 12 looks like, and that is too big. So I'm prying up all these staples, and then using my little pliers to just pull them out. Go close the shop. Ugh. So I'm just going to keep going until I get all this garbage off of here. So I don't know if you guys have been on the whole time. I'm going to do something really fun with this tomorrow. Not 100% sure. I kind of have two little beachy ideas in my head. So I will decide tomorrow. You know how it is. Depends on how I feel. Depends on how beachy I feel tomorrow. We'll just have to wait and see. And it also depends on what I have in stock as far as shells and stuff. So I'm just going to keep pulling these suckers off. I'm going fast as I can. Just a couple more and then we can move on. Hey Dee, hey Judy. We are working on an old piece of art that I found at our Goodwill store here. I got it for $4, and I got it because I like the frame, and the frame is actually kind of plasticky, but we're going to make it look beautiful right here on the Facebook. So we pull all these staples out. It's a lot of staples. Okay, so here is what it was. Not very attractive. Kind of ugly, unless you like that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do now is just pry up and get this stuff out of. We'll get the art out. Then we're going to work on the frame a little bit. And we're going to talk about making some decisions about what we're going to do with the glass, because I have some ideas for that too. So, gosh. that staple's really in there. Let me see if I can get a couple of these completely out, because we're gonna not put a backer back in. We're gonna be caulking in, or using silicone caulk to get our glass to stay in. So we don't want all of these staples in there, because they will show and they will be ugly. Ugh, they're in there really good. Ugh. I'm wrestling them, can you tell? Goodness gracious. This one's really in there. There. All right, I think I got them all. So let's pull this up and get this old piece of art out. So this is what was in there. And it's like a little piece of wood with some burlap underneath, mounted to a piece of cardboard. So we're going to get rid of that. And what we have left is just our frame and the glass. Okay, so remember a few minutes ago, before I started deconstructing, I took my marker and went all the way around one side of the glass. And here is why. We're going to push this glass out. Oh, look at there. They have filler in here as well, holding the glass in. So I got to get that out too. They're not making it easy. Yeah, that's like a little wood piece that holds the glass in place. So we got to get at least 2 of them out. See? So now, let me see if I can lift it. No, I'm going to have to get them all. That, you don't see that much in a cheap piece of art. You really don't. Normally that's in something a little pricier than $16, which is what, I think it was $16, their original price. This was a Kirkland's piece of art. I got it for $4 at the Goodwill. Okay, so why I did the line around is so that when I start doing my art tomorrow, I will know not to go past that marker line. Okay, so this is the side the marker's on. So we're going to do our art on this side, so that once we can use that line as a guideline, and once our art is finished, we can flip it over and just wipe that off. Make sense? Okay, so we're going to set this aside. I have to try to remember which side this is the side we want to play on. So I am going to really quick try to decide in what order I want to do things. So I'm going to show you what I do normally. I just take some Windex or some alcohol, and I use just craft paper to clean glass, so it's lint free. Really kind of wanted to do some looking glass spray on the back of this glass, so that might hinder our line. We may have to come up with some other way, but for now we're just going to play this game. So I'm just going to put this piece of glass aside, and then we're going to work on the frame. All right, so what we have here, this frame is kind of a plasticky, hey Dad, love you girl. This is actually, this frame is kind of plasticky. It's not, it looks like wood, but if you can tell when you touch it, it's very plastic-like. So I don't really want it to be brown. I want it to be beachy, so we're going to use some gray stain, and this is Varathane wood stain in weathered gray. It's an oil-based stain. We're going to use that to kind of tint this a gray color. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do, is just tape it. We'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, because I'm thinking what I want is to spray the back with some looking glass, some of the looking glass spray. to give it like a distressed mirror look, and then do the beach scene on the front. So we'll think about that, and I may have to tape that off. Hey Deborah, how are you, love? So here's what I want to do before I can get started putting the stain on here. I need to sand it down just a little bit. Now the purpose of sanding is not to sand off this finish, because this is pre-printed on here, okay? There's no way you're sanding it off, but it's really slick. So what I want to do is just sand it with a little sanding pad, just enough to give the plastic frame area some tooth. And that means I just want to scratch the surface, so instead of being really slick, it's going to have a little bit of tooth to it so that it will grab onto my stain. Hey Gina. So I'm just going to sand it a little bit all the way around. Just a little. You don't have to go crazy and be aggressive with it. I just want to sand it enough that the stain will grab a little. Now we're using oil-based stain, so we won't be able to do anything with it until it dries. So we'll finish this tomorrow. So I want to just get the inside a little. If I stopped, Terry, I would probably have a fallout. I don't know. I don't stop. It's not in my nature. Even when I'm stopping, I'm not stopping. Even when I'm supposed to be resting. I don't sleep either, so that's how it goes. Hey, Ag. So we got all four sides sanded just enough to give it some tooth, but now I want to clean that up because I don't want it to be dusty. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of the same alcohol and just give it a quick wipe, just to get any dust off that may have settled. And then we're going to stain. That's why I'm on this dirty old blanket too. Okay, so I'm going to put some gloves on because we're using oil-based stain and I ain't all about that being on my hands. So we're going to glove up. Get my ring right. And where's the thumb? Guys, today I have to tell you this. I don't know how to relax. I really don't. My plan is by the end of the month to go to my girlfriend's place in Destin. We talked today about me going down there for about 5 days and just completely doing nothing. Just completely disengaging and doing absolutely nothing but eating oysters and drinking wine. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I was about to tell you guys, oh my God, we're packing up because we sold our house. So I've been up in the attic pulling down boxes of stuff and just going through it and throwing stuff out, taking stuff to Goodwill and that sort of thing. And I have to show you, I brought these shorts to the studio because I was going to take them. I was going to take them to the Goodwill, and I brought them in with some other stuff. You all right? Because I just forgot they were in my box. So look at these shorts. Look at these tiny. I could wear these when we moved here. I don't know. I don't know what this is all about right here. But that makes me sad because my booty used to be that small and now it is not, even remotely. Just thought I'd throw that out there and share that with everybody. Okay, so I'm just sitting here looking at the box down below me thinking, ugh, whatever. Okay, so I am just going to take this oil-based stain that is a gray, weathered gray. I got this at Home Depot, and I'm just going to dip some, my brush in it. I can't get my brush down in there really, so I'm going to just kind of try to get some on my stick and play that way. And I'm just going to brush it on I'm going to do one little side at a time. So I'm going to just brush it on, try to get most of it covered. I'm not trying to get 100% coverage because I'm going to wipe it off. So if you miss a spot, don't worry about it. I'm going to get my edge. And we're not trying to get 100% coverage here. Can you see that, how I'm doing it? Yeah, just get it on your edge too. And now I'm going to take, this is just a little piece of, yeah, I'm pretty sure those shorts I just brought up here were a size 2. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was a size 2 for a very short period of time. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little piece of t-shirt and I'm just going to lightly run down the edge, all one stroke. And then now we have a more weathered gray look. Let me do it here so you'll be able to kind of tell the difference between here and here. So I'm just really lightly, I'm not putting a lot of pressure, really lightly rubbing my cloth along so you can still see some of the brown showing. But it's an overall weathered kind of gray look. Okay? So that is going to be more conducive to our little beachy art we're going to do tomorrow. So we're just going to keep going all the way around. So we'll do the stain on this end. And I want to show you when I get this piece on, I'm going to show you kind of how to do your corners so that you are staying kind of with the grain, the mitered. We'll talk about that in 1 second. I can't do 2 things at once apparently. My brain's on fire. Okay, so now I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to wipe it back just a little, and notice I'm doing it with one stroke. I'm not doing it like this. I'm starting at one end and I'm pulling it back. All right, this looks so good, guys. I want to wipe that back just a little. So this is a mitered joint right here, which means it's mitered like from here to here. It's cut in like a little angle. So what I don't want it to, I want the gray to have a look of the mitered too, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of put my cloth at that same angle to pull it down. Does that make sense? So you're not coming right across that top piece right there all over again. So I'm going to pull it down. Kind of missed a spot there. And then what I can do is take just my finger and wrap a little bit of that cloth around my finger and just kind of fine tune that if it needs it to straighten that miter so that the stain is the same as the miter. I'm going to come down here and do that too. The gray looks fantastic. So we're just going to keep going. Almost did. Yeah, this is Weathered Gray from Home Depot. Varathane is the brand. So I'm going to come up here, get that in that little miter again. I'm excited. I've been spending a little bit of time looking on the Pinterest today when I was resting between art projects and coming up with our 5 days of fall for next week. I'm really excited about it. But if anybody has any suggestions about what they'd like to do, I'm open to suggestion as well. So we're going to wipe again. That was a good wipe. We'll come up here. I'm going to kind of make a triangle so I can wipe the right way. Work them down all the way. This looks good. It's more like a lime wash gray now, like a gray wash, not a lime. So it's not brown and it's not gray. It's kind of a little bit of both. So it really, really looks nice, and it's going to really look good for our little beachy project. One more side. Ooh. Can you guys see the difference between how it looks here and how it looks here online? I can't tell. My iPad, it looks kind of fuzzy. I don't know if it's fuzzy for y'all too. Might just be me. So we're going to do this side. Have to be a little more careful about handling it now because all my sides are done. So I'm going to come in from this way. We'll get the side. And we'll give it a wipe. That looks good. We'll find us a little clean spot. This piece is about used up. Is it fuzzy for you too? I don't know what's up with my camera. I don't know. Sorry about that. I don't know. Let me see. When I get these gloves off, I'll see if I can do something about it. But yeah, I thought maybe it was just me, but I guess not. Yep, I wiped off too much, so I'm just going to add some back. It's like the camera is trying to focus in and out, in and out, in and out or something. I don't know. There we go. Love it. Let me see what's going on here. Might be. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can just wipe this off. Might be that. I don't know. Let's see if I just stop moving, if it focuses in. And you can see it. I'm going to stop moving. So look how good that looks. It's not brown anymore. It's nice and gray, which is going to look really good with our beachy theme for tomorrow. And let me see. Get all this mess pushed away. So yeah, this looks good, guys. I don't know why it's fuzzy. Let's see if I'm fuzzy. Oh, I'm not fuzzy. Am I? Huh. I'm going to try to hold this up here so you can kind of see it. Can you see how pretty that looks now? It is very modern looking. Nice and gray. And so what we're going to do, we're going to let this dry overnight. I'm going to go ahead and stick it behind me. Thank you, Doris. Thank you for blessing. So I think what we'll do, I know I can't wait either. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and tape off the edge around the line so I can wipe the line off, and then it does look lighter. And I'll do that. Are we frozen? And then I'll do that offline. You guys don't have to see that. Plus I don't have my tape. And then we'll come back tomorrow, and I need to spray this on the back, but I need to do that outside. So I may just video that and just bless it to you when we're done. So, because it's hard to do that here unless I just do it now. But I can't, I got to tape. I was going to say I'd do it now and then run out. So tonight, I'm going to go ahead and tape off that line so that I know where my start and stop is, so I don't go beyond the edge. Thank you. And then I'm going to spray the backside with looking glass spray, and I'll video that because I'm going to do something a little different. It is like a mirror spray. I'm going to do it like distressed. And how you do that is, I will take my water bottle this is not water, but for example, I'll take my water bottle and I'll mist just a little bit of water onto the glass, and then I spray this and then let it all dry. And then when it's dry, you can wipe off the water, and then it leaves little speckles like an old antique mirror. But I will video that tomorrow so that you can see that process, because it looks fantastical when it's done. I was trying to think if I had a piece. I know I have one somewhere that I've done recently. I don't know where it is. Because I sometimes like to do that. I like to do that and then cut it into strips.